What if humanity falls? The year's 1991, the nuclear war is over, Central Europe is devastated, and Norway has become the last stand. You start as a nameless outsider, but who will you become? These are the questions that Vigor asks, and I want to give my opinion on the game, tell you guys what I liked, and a lot of the stuff that I didn't in this Rand's Indie Spotlight. What's going on, guys? Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And we are going to be taking a look at Vigor, which is an Xbox One exclusive. It's currently available in game preview right now for the price of $19.99, but there is a 2-hour trial if you want to check out the game without actually dropping anything. Now, I should let you guys know that this is eventually going to be a free-to-play game. Sometime next year, February of 2019, the developers have said basically that this game will be free to everybody, and you are only really purchasing a Founders Pack if you want to play it right now. Now, this game got a lot of press at around E3 time when it was revealed it was going to be an Xbox One exclusives from the devs of Bohemia Interactive. You may know them as the people who made DayZ, which coincidentally is also coming to the Xbox One as well pretty soon. So Vigor has a little bit of hype behind it. I wanted to check it out. I've played it for around 2 to 3 hours, and I am very mixed on this title. So it's a survival game. I know there's a lot of information out there, people talking about it's a battle royale or has some elements of it. It's not a battle royale. There's nothing really royale about it. You are just one single person trying to survive, the collapse of basically everything around you. You're a scavenger. You start the game off with a tutorial, you find your safe house, and then the game proceeds. So when you actually pick a map to play on, you get instanced with other players, and you get dropped on one of 2 maps that are currently in a rotation. There are 4 other maps, so there's like 8 maps total, but there are only ever 2 in rotation until they rotate out. And your goal is to basically loot all the houses, loot all the cars to find valuables, nuts and bolts, all the different kind of things that you would need to bring back to your safe house so you can craft things to make your safe house better like a better workbench so you can craft different type of weapons and blueprints and all that type of stuff. So okay, that's pretty cool. I like that idea of a survival game. And one of the other things that I really do like about the title is you don't really know how many people are on the map with you. See, you load in, and there could be anywhere between 8 and 16 players with you, but you don't know how many people are currently with you. You don't know when somebody dies. All you kind of need to pay attention to is the sounds. You might hear gunshots in the distance, but you don't know who won. There's no kill feed. So as you're searching around, you might come across other players. And if you kill them, well, you can take all their loot, and they might have some goodies. Machine guns with a whole bunch of ammo, medicine, crafting materials you need. So you kill them, and you can take all their loot. They lose all theirs, and then it's just, you can walk to the exit and leave. But of course, that's not all there really is to it, because if you get into a fight and you die, well, everything that you brought into the map is gone. So if you bring your favorite weapon into this instance of a game, if you bring a ton of bandages or a lot of ammo, like say you only have 150 ammo in your safe house, but you decide to bring all 150 ammo with you and you die, you lose everything. So there's a bit of risk versus reward. How long do you want to search in this map to find the things you need before heading to one of the 5 different exits scattered across the map? The map isn't very big. You can get across it pretty fast. They also entice kind of player engagement by dropping a supply drop, 1 supply drop for every map, and it's marked. The location of the drop is marked on your map, so you want to head over there, grab it, and it'll have some goodies for when you actually get back to base. So some of the things I enjoyed about the title was the setup. I like the survival aspect of it. I like the risk versus reward. How long do I stay in here and search around versus, hey, I have some cool stuff, I need to get out of there. I think that is pretty cool. I actually also like the way the game looks. I'm playing the Xbox One X version. I believe it runs in 4K, and it does look pretty good, especially the other map that I think I'll show during this video, although I'm not really sure yet as nothing really went on in this game. Now, that's really all that positive I have to say about the title, because the rest of it is very average or mediocre. Now, this is a shooter after all, but unfortunately, the shooting mechanics in this game are subpar, and that really makes me just sad. It's in a game where shooting is a heavy focus, you expect it to be pretty good, and this is just an experience that is quite lacking. It sucks, quite honestly, to get in a firefight with other people. The aiming is awkward and clumsy. You can aim down sight or aim down over your shoulder with left trigger, but then you have to click in the right stick if you want to aim down sight, and it never feels good. It feels like I'm fighting with the controller, like there's no aim acceleration or any sort of things that you would expect on a controller. So all the fights, I feel like it's just a toss-up. Either they shot me first and got off bullets, or the game's hit detection registered mine first. I never really felt that I actually won some battles, and during this clips, I'm sure you'll see a couple of the battles where I probably should have lost. They had the jump on me, but I ended up winning. So I'm not a fan of the gunplay whatsoever. The other thing I'm not really a fan of is the gameplay loop itself. I like the idea of scavenging and looking for stuff and leaving to go back to your base to store it, but the game doesn't really give you any reason to keep on playing other than, hey, I enjoy the title, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but there's no ultimate end goal. You see, once you collect all you want to collect in the game, and you head on out to an exit, everything that you have can then be stored in your safe house. And at the safe house, you can, take any of the weapons you have and take them out in the shooting range, to test them out and kind of get used to the recoil and all the different things that, the guns have. But also they want you to craft different types of things at your base, better workbenches and all these different stuffs. So the gameplay loop is essentially you go out to get items to bring back to your base so you can craft, to go back out and loot to get more crafting materials to bring back to your base to craft more stuff. Rinse and repeat. And I just never really felt compelled to keep on doing that, if I'm making any sense. Like, the gameplay loop is just that infinite circle, and there's really no final payoff for ultimate goal. Like, why do I need all this stuff? What's the point of always me going back into the map to loot for more things? I'm getting better weapons, but I could lose them at any point in time. So I'm not a fan of the gunplay, which is very sad in this game. It's a really red mark on the title, and I'm not a fan of the gameplay loop. So yeah, after 2 hours of playing, after playing 5 or 6 matches, I've pretty much done everything that you can do in this game outside of grinding out to keep on, crafting more stuff, and I eventually uninstalled it because I ran into some server issues where I got into a fight, held down the right trigger, and wouldn't you know it, none of my bullets actually came out of the gun, so I didn't kill the guy, but then he ended up killing me, and that was it. I didn't want to play the game anymore because of those issues. Now, I'm going to name this a review in the title, but this isn't really a review. This is a game and game preview. It's early access. They're building the game as they go. So it's kind of hard for me to give a score. I will say that it's not a game that I am looking forward to going back to. Maybe it's a game that I would like to try again when it comes out of game preview, when it's in 1.0, to see exactly what type of endgame content they are providing, exactly why I want to constantly go back out to get more materials and craft and stuff, to see what kind of true endgame stuff they've built for the title. But as for right now, you can download the free trial and see everything the game has to offer in those 2 hours, and you can judge for yourself if this is a game you actually want to purchase for $20. As for my recommendation, I say no. I don't think it's worth playing right now at its current state it's in, which is a disappointment. I know a lot of people out there, think that since this is an Xbox exclusive, you should talk highly about it, but that's not what we do at this channel. We give you the truth. And the truth is, Vigor by Bohemia Interactive is just not a good game right now. It's just a very mediocre one with subpar gunplay and a gameplay loop that is not satisfying whatsoever. So, my advice is, if you're really interested in the title, use that 2-hour trial. You'll see everything the game has to offer, except for maybe the maps that are currently locked, behind the date, because one map was like 2 days in rotation, the other one's 8. So you don't really see all the maps. That's like the only thing. I mean, you can see the tree here for the crafting, but that's about it. So unfortunately, a little bit negative on Vigor. I didn't like it, but I am interested in seeing exactly how the game evolves down the road when it actually comes out of game preview. That's the video, my review, or what do you want to call it, for Vigor, out now on the Xbox One for $20 in game preview. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you always want to be notified when I drop new content. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Have a good one, guys.